Good morning from Iowa City. My name is Kayla Smith and I'm your DITV News Director. I'm joined with DITV Sports Cole Krieger and Arts and Culture Director Grace Lathrop.
As I'm sure you can all tell, this is not a typical broadcast.
We're having some technical issues here at DITV, so we will not be live today or Monday, but we'll be back to our regularly scheduled show on Wednesday.
But we still wanted to make sure we were bringing you all of the top headlines in news, sports, and arts. So let's get started. And starting off with weather, I'm personally hoping that April showers mean some May flowers because we've got some rain in the forecast today. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Pentacrest. We'll be seeing some beautiful temperatures into the low 60s today, but you're going to want to stay inside because we're looking at some possibly severe storms headed towards Iowa City this afternoon and evening. So make sure to keep an eye on the radar because things can turn aggressive quickly. Luckily, tomorrow will just be cloudy skies with some winds. The highs will stay a little bit chilly, hitting just under 50 degrees. And some breaking news coming out of Washington, D.C. President Donald Trump has fired his Attorney General, Pam Bondi. Trump announced Bondi's departure in a post on Truth Social, praising her but giving no additional details on her departure. And this announcement comes following months of intense scrutiny over the Justice Department's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files, as well as strong pressure from the White House to secure indictments against some of the president's political opponents. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche will temporarily take over the position. Bondi is the second woman in Trump's cabinet to leave, coming just weeks after former Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem was removed from her post. And the United States made some history on Wednesday. The entire country, it seems, stopped to watch the launch of Artemis 2, a mission to send 4 astronauts on a 10-day trip around the moon. This is the first manned journey to the moon in over 50 years. This mission is NASA's test on our deep space capability and hopefully a huge step for future lunar missions and eventual visits to Mars. You can track Artemis 2's journey on NASA's website. And the Iowa City Community School District has hired a new chief financial officer following recent financial problems. Solon School's CFO Pat Moore will take over for current interim CFO Kim Michael Lee. Moore has over 20 years of experience in school finances. This comes as the district works to fix their current financial struggles with a $7.5 million in budget cuts for the next fiscal year. The school board will vote to approve more on April 14th. And now, while basketball season may be over, there is always some more news coming out of that sport. So let's go ahead and send it over to DITV's Cole Krieger for more.
Thanks, Kayla. Breaking news as of Thursday night as men's basketball coach Ben McCollum and the Iowa Hawkeyes have landed a new 4-star commit. Small forward Jaden Kuhn announced last night that he is committed to the Iowa Hawkeyes. Kuhn is 2026 Mr. Iowa Basketball and was originally committed to Creighton but decommitted last week due to a coaching change. The Storm Lake native hails from the same hometown as head coach Ben McCollum, which played a huge factor in his decision. With the decision, Kuhn becomes the second 2026 recruit to join the Hawkeyes. While the season was cut short in the round of 32 for the Iowa women's basketball team, a couple of Hawks have received individual honors. The Women's Basketball Coaches Association announced Thursday afternoon that center Ava Hayden and forward Hannah Stuelke earned All-American honorable mention. This news comes after head coach Jan Jensen was named a finalist for the WBCA Division I Head Coach of the Year award. And after run-ruling the Bradley Braves on Tuesday, the Iowa Hawkeye baseball team returns to Iowa City. The Hawks will look for a better result from last week's series versus UCLA as they face off against the Minnesota Golden Gophers in a 3-game weekend series starting with Game 1 this afternoon. First pitch from Dwayne Banks Field is set for 1:02 p.m. Staying on the dime, but now is softball as the Hawkeyes will travel west to Eugene for a 3-game weekend series of their own against the Oregon Ducks. Iowa's coming off a winless series versus Washington last weekend and will look to get back on track tonight with first pitch starting at 8 p.m. Sticking in the state of Oregon now, the Jim Hawks will be in Corvallis on Saturday, competing in the NCAA Regional at Gill Coliseum. This is the 26th straight appearance in the regional final for the Hawkeyes and the second under head coach Jan Llewellyn. Also competing in Corvallis Regional is number 13 Minnesota, number 4 UCLA, San Jose State, and Washington. The Hawks are set to take the mat during Session 2 starting at 9 p.m. Central Time.
And if you're looking for something to do with your Easter weekend, DITV's Arts and Culture Director Grace Lathrop has some options for you.
Hi everyone, and welcome to The Vibe. I apologize for our technical issues, but don't worry, there will still be arts for your Friday. To start, Walk It Out is a multicultural organization that blends dance and fashion. Each spring, the organization hosts a showcase highlighting these diverse traditions through performance. DITV's Assistant News Director Linda Lacco followed several participating groups as they prepared for this year's event. This week, she focused on the South Asian group and their plans for the showcase. You can find her full story on the DITV website and YouTube channel. And it's Easter weekend, so if you're looking for something to do, Iowa City has lots of options for you, friendly for all ages. Hampshire's Stop Time Festival will be opening today, April 3rd, and will run until tomorrow, April 4th. This event was entirely created by the Hampshire staff and is a multi-day, multi-artist, and multi-venue festival celebrating the local arts here in Iowa City. Artists will be all over Iowa City, including at Hampshire, the Angler, Gabe's, and even right here on the Pentacrest. One-day passes for Friday and two-day passes are currently sold out, but don't worry, you can still join the waitlist and tickets for Saturday only are still available. So go to the Hampshire website soon to secure your spot. And Wilson's Orchard will be holding their annual Easter egg hunt on both April 4th and 5th. Tickets are $15 per person and include a bunny box filled with toys and treats, pizza, refreshments, and plenty of sweet treats. So if you buy tickets in advance, they are $12 instead of $15. So head on over to the Wilson's website to check it out. And for our Feel Good Friday story of the week, this is pretty awesome. Law & Order SVU star Mariska Hargitay will be making her Broadway debut at the end of May in a one-man show, Every Brilliant Thing. The play currently stars Daniel Radcliffe, and she will be taking his place for 1 month only. The show is an 85-minute monologue and requires audience participation, exploring themes like love, loss, and redemption, finding the beauty in every brilliant thing around you. Tickets are on sale now, and you can find Mariska Hargitay on the Broadway stage in New York City. And that's all I have for you today. Happy Easter, everyone, and I will see you next Friday.
And thank you so much for joining us this morning on DITV.
We will certainly miss being live with you all over the next few days.
But we will see you again on Monday morning for another short newscast, and we'll be live again on Wednesday.
Have a wonderful Easter and a great weekend.